I'm on my way to Goring. I'm going to go the long way there to enjoy all the countryside. I'll have a bit of traffic at first because I think everybody will be on their way to work, but it gets me out early because it's going to be a hot one today, 29 or hotter up here near London. So I'm going to do most of my work getting out and about early, and hopefully before it gets too hot go back, perhaps sit in a beer garden as you do and keep cool. I think that's what I'll do. I love going through seeing these little places. You just don't know what's around the next corner. Now that place looks nice. Probably more than a lottery win. Interesting old things on those posts. Oh well, must stop faffing and carry on. The views are superb around here. I couldn't have picked better weather for just jollying around here. Almost say it's too hot. I think there's an airport round here somewhere, because occasionally I get helicopters coming over the top of the campsite. I like to see them. Absolutely lovely. You can't believe I'm so near Windsor and yet it's so remote and rural. Just look at all the rolling hills around here. This is what I enjoy. Up and downing these hills. I've just been past RAF Benson. Now that makes sense why there's been so many military aircraft going over the campsite. A lot of Chinooks go over during the day, which is quite nice to see. They've got nice meaty old engines as they thump past. Really enjoyed that. They don't seem to come across at night, so it's peaceful on the campsite. But now I understand where they come from. I've never seen so many 20-mile-an-hour limits in all my life as these little villages. I suppose some of them haven't got pavements, perhaps it's for that. But this is just one glorious area around here. I love the wildflowers in all the verges. A lot more than what we have up our way in Kent. The farmers are spoilt. They've got 2 weeks to get everything in and everything will dry well. But I don't know if they'll have good crops. They don't look bad. Won't be any drying costs there. I like it when I get stuck behind slow moving stuff around here. Gives you a chance to have a look round. High speed railway there, must cut through, probably into London. Very open. When you think how close this is to Windsor, just a stone's throw. Real pretty area. The police round here must be really on their game because no one goes above 20 in the 20-mile-an-hour limits. I know there's cameras in some of these villages, but even the villages that there isn't, they still stick to the 20-mile-an-hour. I don't know if it's really necessary to go this speed in a rural area where there's pavements at 20 mile an hour. It must frustrate people to death. Still, they know better than us, don't they? Look at the roads just meandering into the distance. glorious. It's funny, once you come out of the 20s you feel like you're set free. Must make everybody then charge off, which is absurd, for the time they lost unnecessarily. Goring. I wonder what I'll find. Who knows? Well, this is Goring. Another pretty little village to ride through. The old church tower. Council's put a lot of flowers out. Got more money than our council that seem to have wasted it all in Kent. I'm glad Reform's looking into that. Anybody could do a better job, I think. Oh wow. Look at that, Goring Church. Lewis Carroll, 1832 to 1898. Real name Charles Dodgson, the author of Alice in Wonderland. Preached in St Mary's Church here in 1864. Now that's an old book, isn't it? Still going. Goring is the most peaceful and tranquil place ever. Absolutely gorgeous. Years ago, the family, we came up the Thames in a boat. We went to Windsor. We would have gone through that lot with the mother-in-law, father-in-law years ago. We wouldn't have moored far from here. We moored very close to a Windsor castle, and I can remember we thought, what a lovely spot. And I think we must have been on the flight plan to an airport. We had planes all night coming over us. Goodbye, Goring. I was sat there having a tea in the shade. Very welcome. Exquisite, isn't it? Hard to beat. I'm going now to another little place along the Thames. Little car park on the banks. Probably have another tea to rehydrate myself. It's warm going round with your bike gear. Fortunately I haven't had to stop much. I'll stick my jacket and my top box and then go for a walk with just my shirt on and jeans. You can so easily go over 20 mile an hour. Just the smallest little bit gives you a few more mile an hour on a motorbike. I was so obsessive watching the speedo, like you do, in case there's cameras or police, I nearly went into a parked vehicle. I don't know if this really is as safe as they make it out to be, if all you're doing is watching your speedo. Just been watching the fish. I'm at Wallingford, and along this part of the Thames there's a beach, and people are in it. Can't blame them, it's blooming hot. This is another pretty little place on the Thames with some nice houses. I'll walk up the high street in a minute. Everywhere along this Thames you could visit and go for a walk. The ideal place if you had a dog. I think you'd really enjoy it. You can just watch the world go by. Happy to do that. Well, there's not much left of the old castle, I can assure you of that. But I walked a fair old while to get here in bike gear. Now I've got to walk all the way back. I think I'll stop for a drink. I'd recommend the place. people want this rural. That's where you check in. A few cows to keep the company here. The chairs over there. Now I think that's a camping field as well. So there's no shortage of camping fields. Now on the left here is the toilets and showers. A bit basic but functional. Quarter mile from my tent. I like to be a bit remote and away from everyone else. You want a peaceful night, don't you? Haven't got any neighbours. Perfect for me. And what they do is they have little lumps like this that you can put your tent in, which is absolutely perfect. Now I put my tent bike here, so when the sun comes up over there, this provides shade to my tent. So none of this early morning light. I always go from north to south. Okay, the southwesterly wind often hits the side, but that's a tough tent. But it means that you can open either door on either side and get shade, morning or afternoon. It's a good tip. I only just bloody learned it. I had it completely the wrong way to begin with, and that alter it, so I'm not going to mention that. See the Chinook in the distance? They fly along there, don't know if they're training or what they're doing.